Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. In this short Python tutorial, I want to show you how you can create a binary data frame which contains zeros or ones conditional on two other numerical data frames. For that, first of all, we are just going to import pandas as pd and numpy as np, and then we actually need to define first two data frames. So we define here data frame 1, which contains NA values and also numerical values. So data frame 1 contains 4 columns and also 4 rows, and the same we do for the numerical data frame df2, which also contains 4 columns and 4 rows. And then what we actually want to do, we want to make a pairwise value comparison. So if the value in data frame 1 is bigger or equal value in df2, then we want to assign a 1, and in the other case we want a 0. Also, if there is one of the values an NA, we just want to have a 0, and that would actually be our desired output. So here we all have zeros, and down here we got a 1 just because, as you can see, 0.3 is bigger than 0.2, but 2.3 is smaller than 2.5. Therefore, we get here a 0 and here a 1. We can actually do that with the np.where function, and then we just use the condition, which is data frame 1 bigger equal data frame 2. If that is true, then we assign a 1, and in the other case we assign a 0. And then we actually need to use the pd.DataFrame function that we can convert the array we have within here into a data frame. But actually, when you look at the output, you see no column names and also no dates as index. In order to specify the index and the columns, we need to specify back here with a comma the index equals df1 or df2 dot index, comma columns equal df1 dot columns, and with that we actually get our desired output as we want. So we have all the 4 columns and the 4 rows. In case we want to assign here a -1 and not a 1, then we just use the np.where function with a -1 here, and then what we get is just a -1 instead of a 1. The same thing as above we can just get by using the condition .astype integer, which is just a 1 or a 0. So if the condition is met, we get a 1, and if the condition is not met, then we get a 0. The same thing as up here with the -1, we can actually do that as well with just multiplying with a -1. So we actually get a 1, but we multiply it with a -1, so we get a -1. And the last thing I want to show you is to get a data frame with the same structure, but this time we want several conditions. So as you can see here, I have different conditions: df1 bigger than df2, df1 equal df2, and df1 smaller than df2. So 3 conditions, and for those 3 conditions I also have choices. If condition 1 is met, I get a 1, if condition 2 is met, I get a 0, and if condition 3 is met, I get a -1. And then I also just use the np.select function as above. We specify the conditions, comma, the choices, and then also the index and the columns, and what we get is actually a data frame where we have all the 3 cases, as you can see here. If this video helped, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.